Hey guys, welcome back. We happened to buy a parts truck for the Charger, so we're gonna get back in on it this weekend. We're gonna get this thing running, show you guys how it drives, and we're gonna check a few things, and then we're gonna strip it down and get it ready so we can take the drivetrain out and every other part piece we need for the Charger. Hope you guys stay tuned. Let's get back at it and let's get back to work. Hey guys, welcome back. So I kind of cheated on this truck. I had gotten it running, I actually drove it on the trailer to load it, but where I bought it from just wasn't the place in time to pull out a camera and do anything like that kind of stuff. So what this is and what it was advertised as, I put a listing out just looking for a transmission because I have roughly 4 or 5 318s that I can pull for parts and I know that run. So we put a listing out saying looking for a drivetrain, willing to buy a vehicle, and we picked up a 1982 D100 long bed truck that's actually fairly rust free but pretty hacked up. I don't even know, that's like a big old hood thing off something. I don't know, it kind of makes me look like Pontiac GTO just by looking at that. But we have a lot of parts and a lot of pieces, and I have never actually personally scrapped a vehicle, so this is going to be new to me because that's what's going to happen to this. I can't keep it, I don't want to keep it. It's fairly nice, but it's pretty hacked up. One good thing about this is I actually got 4 free rims that are 15s, and they are Pacer brand or something, I believe. So we got 5 on 4.5. We have 6 total. Yeah, I think it's, yep. So we have 6 extra rims and tires for the Charger. And I'll admit I was gonna put Ford rims that say Ford on the Charger and just see what kind of happened in the comments. So thought you guys are weird. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a battery in this thing. We're gonna get it running. I know it needs just a few fluids. I don't know how much I wanna waste on the truck because winter's coming where I live, so we need to get this thing stripped down. So we'll see what we're gonna do, but we're gonna bring you guys along for the starting of it and just show you kind of around the truck. Nice little truck, barely rust free, barely dent free. I feel really bad for parting this thing out, but it's what we're gonna do because it's got a 318 and a 727 two-wheel drive transmission that runs and drives perfectly. So let's get this thing up, let's get this thing going. Stay tuned guys, we're gonna get it running. Oh, okay guys, we're pretty much just gonna straight out throw a battery in it. This hood is actually extremely heavy with that fiberglass and all that Bondo in it, so it's not the funnest to open, but I'm just gonna bring you guys in here so you guys can take a look at it. It's a fairly clean 318 with power steering. Alternator looks brand new. It's got a bunch of wiring run around it that we can take off. It's got a coolant tank. The grill is fairly nice. The bumper's trash, so honestly we'll probably just keep it. But it's got a bunch of great parts, and I do feel terrible about parting this thing out. I got ignition parts, I got wiper motor, I got a master cylinder, I got parts that I already ordered that I could use. That stupid coupler on these Dodges, I bet that fits what I just purchased, and that was like 300 bucks. This obviously though does have a rag joint up there, so I was really hoping it would have an inch down into that 3/4 like the Charger has, so I could just cut that out and then get a 1-inch sleeve and fix it, but looks like it doesn't, so we will deal with that. Fairly, this thing doesn't leak that bad either, so all we're gonna do guys is get a battery, we're gonna plop it in it, and we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna set you guys up right here. Grab this bad boy. Now this is actually the battery out of my Duster, so before we do this, those are fairly hacked up. I'm gonna be back right in a second guys. I'm gonna grab a ratchet strap or a bungee cord so we can bungee that down. Alright, we're back. Just get a quick bungee cord. Oh, there was a bungee cord in here actually. Did not have to go steal that one. So I'll just throw that over there. Let me get my wrenches. Guess the only thing that I'm fairly not happy about with the truck is it's pretty hacked up for wiring. Not blaming the guy who owned it. He supposedly bought it for his 15-year-old kid and just set him free. Sorry, he was 13 at the time. Told him he can get it running, he can have it, and he can do what he wants with it. It was a very small town around where I live, so it's quite normal for parents to do that with their kids. But the kid drilled out the ignition because mom took the keys from what I was told. But other than that, the truck runs fairly well. It's very nice for its age. It's not that rusty and it's very complete. So we're gonna use as much as we can from this, because just to reiterate and to blabber, I've never scrapped a vehicle and I'm feeling pretty guilty for having to scrap, to be honest, one of my favorite body style trucks. But it has to be scrapped because I just don't have the room or the permissions to keep it at the property I'm on. So we will be scrapping it. I'm not sure if we're just going to strip the whole thing down then take it to scrap. I might even keep the rear of this vehicle and the frame to make a trailer. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm extremely happy for the price I paid to get this drivetrain and entire setup. So get this tightened down. Alright guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a screwdriver because that's how we start it. Alright guys, we brought you back. So this is just the interior of this truck. It doesn't even smell like mice, to be honest. It's super nice. I know these will actually probably work on the Charger. We're gonna take a lot of this stuff out. We're gonna keep a lot of it. Somebody's been in here because that was on when I was last here, so it is what it is. But let's roll this down, you guys. I'm gonna do a quick fluids check with off camera, and then we're gonna bring you guys back when we get it started. So stay tuned, let's keep at it. I just have to add a few little fluids and it's gonna take a second, so we'll bring you guys back for that, so stay tuned. All right guys, we're back at it. Damn it. Okay. So it runs fine, guys. It starts. Kind of cheated by getting it on the trailer. The brakes still suck, but for what we need it for, it works. All we need is a drivetrain. So we are gonna park it out of the way where it was. We're gonna brake to do some other stuff on that trailer, and then we're gonna get back to work on this thing. So I'm really happy. For what I got, I'm super proud of what I paid, so hope you guys stay tuned. Let's dig into this thing, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll be hauling it off to scrap. So let's get back at it, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Hey guys, welcome back. So we got the Dodge partially inserted in the shop. What we're gonna do for today, it's 8:30, it's pretty early. We're gonna get to work, get as much as we can by this truck. I need to be done by 3 p.m.-ish. So let's dig in, let's put you guys on a loop, and let's tear this entire truck apart because we got a lot of work to do and I need to get the drivetrain out today. So let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back. We're in the aftermath of the 318 tear down, takeout. What you guys saw me finish with was taking it out of the truck. Now I do apologize, I happened to get sick right after that, so I cut it out for the day. Last thing we did was we brought the Dodge truck to the scrapyard, so I scrapped my first vehicle. Now a few mistakes that I wish I hadn't made with the vehicles. I really wish I would have just let the truck sit, go home for the day, be sick, but I didn't. I wanted to get the truck to the scrapyard before I went home, so I rushed a bunch of stuff and I didn't even take the rear end out of it. I wish I had, just because I have so many Dodges around here. It wouldn't have hurt just to have a spare on hand. Even if it doesn't fit, I could have found a way to make it fit maybe, I don't know. But what we did do is we grabbed the rear drums, all the hardware. You can never have too much of that laying around. It's still good metal, just has to clean up. We got everything taken off. We have the full aftermath of what happened. We got all 4 tires off it. I'm just gonna insert a little picture of the truck at the scrapyard getting picked up. Kind of sad, felt really bad. Even pulling in, I had people looking at the truck like, what the hell are you doing? But all we needed was the drivetrain. And let's be honest, I made back some of the money that I even spent on it. So what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna bring you to the front of the shop. We're gonna set you guys up on a fast forward. We're gonna pressure wash this 318 and 727 trans. And in fact, we're gonna make sure it is a 318 and a 727 trans. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. Let's get back to work. And I also did find some gunk engine spray, so we're gonna spray it down. We've got the pressure washer warming up, so let's get up there, let's get to work, and let's get this engine degreased and ready to be put inside for storage until we need it. Let's get it. Hey guys, welcome back. We're just finishing up with the 82 D100 318 and transmission. So I have checked the casting on it. It is a 318. Just by looking at it for what I have, it's gonna need freeze plugs, at least one, because it has a block heater, which is normal for where I live, but it's also pretty rusty and corroded, so we're gonna have to replace at least that one. So in the typical fashion of that, what we're gonna do is separate it, put it on an engine stand, and figure out what we're gonna do. Obviously, we're gonna try to be gentle with the exhaust manifolds. Those have to come off. That intake will not stay. It's got EGR stuff in it. But just one thing I like to really do when I'm working on these, everyone's got pallets laying around. Get a nice thick one. These are only here because there was nail holes. Just set it on there, hit it with a hammer. It indents it, drill the holes a little bigger than you need. That engine's now sealed. Another thing I like to do, what I just haven't done, is same thing on the exhaust. Just put a piece of wood there, put a screw in there, knock it through, good to go. Just seal the whole thing up. Cheap little seal for the end of the tranny there. Other than that, you guys, we're done with the 82. It served its purpose. We owned it for a week, and we only owned it for a week because I was out of town in Missouri dealing with some stuff for work. So it's the only reason we even had it for a week. Other than that, really am a little disappointed in myself that I didn't take more time to scrap it out. Just with how hard it is to find Dodge stuff where I live and how much I have to work to find it, I really should have scrapped it out a little more. But being sick kind of pushed me in that edge where it was the last day that the scrapyard would be open, and I didn't want to take more days off work just to bring it down there. So one of those things of working on the weekend that you got to get used to. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys stay tuned. We're gonna come back out with this 318, get a little more work done on it. This episode we really neglected on the Charger, but we got its drivetrain sorted, so that feels pretty good for the price we paid. Obviously I scrapped the truck. I only had, let's be honest, I only had $300 into it. I got a seat, I got drums, I got all the hardware for the drums, I got a bunch of miscellaneous hoses and stuff, front bracketry, front accessories. I got an engine and trans that runs and drives and that shifts through all its gears. Sounded healthy, did what it needed to do. And when I scrapped the truck, I got $100 back. So I'm only out 200, and I could have sold some pieces and stuff that I had left, but I just didn't want to deal with it. One thing I actually do have from this truck that's really nice is a tailgate. I don't know if anyone knows what these are worth, but around here you can easily get like $300 for a tailgate. This one's a little rough, but people like to make those do-it-yourself benches and stuff out of them. So I mean, I could make my money back. I think I'll keep that tail bench for a workbench. It's like the aesthetic of maybe mounting it on something and it can fold down. But I'm rambling, so let's end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed what was going down in this one. Hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you guys stick with me on the Charger. We got a drivetrain, so we got a lot of the portion of the car mixed out. We got a lot of the big pieces. Now it's just gonna roll down into putting them together and finishing some body work. So not the most entertaining stuff to deal with, but we're doing a good job. We're getting there. So hope you guys stay tuned. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and leave me a little bit of feedback. I appreciate everyone watching, and have a good week.